Hey guys, it's Brother Paul here. Just had a dream to share with you, and this dream is about Hebrews, not the book, the people. I've been putting this off for a very long time, this subject, because I don't want to offend anybody, but it's been put on my spirit now to just share it and let bygones be bygones. So what this is the very first thing that God revealed to me. Like when I first became born again, got baptized in a lake, and did the transition of changing my heart with God. After I invited him into my life, I said, God, I want you to start by teaching me something that I don't know. And many brothers and sisters don't realize before you read the Bible that many things have happened in your life for a reason and you don't even know it. Because there's no such thing as a coincidence, but the things that you were shown, the experiences you went through, hardships, good times, whatever, you were around people a lot and you might not know why, but it's going to be revealed later. And in my case, I'm a curious George. I asked God so many times, like, please reveal something to me. So in the very beginning of reading Genesis, when I would hear like terms like Israelites and stuff, I said, God, who are the Israelites? And then I remember arriving at around the part where it was about Babylon, and then the destruction of Babylon, and the 70 nations were spread around the world with 70 languages. And that was a part that really got me. And I said, God, who are the Hebrews and where are they? So I live in Canada, central Canada, and there's a large indigenous or native, whichever word you take to, community. And I married into that. My wife is Métis, which is half-half. So I was told while reading the Bible that the indigenous people of the world are, some of them, not all, but some of them, some groups they're Hebrews. And that blew my mind. So I did a bunch of research on natives and indigenous people of the world, and they're one of the largest and strongest groups still left on this planet that are pagan, and they don't even know they are. You have to go all the way back to pre-flood. You have to go back to the same origins like India had, for example. People sit there and they wonder, why are there so many gods in the Hindu religion? Well, each of those gods, they were Nephilim. They were oppressive Nephilim beings that were, forcing people to do things, and they turned around and became gods. And in the case of when, in this part of the world, in North America, when after Babylon was destroyed and people were dispersed, they ended up in this area. And I've read a lot about this, and it seems to be that they kind of started out in the Florida area and dispersed all through North America, which became United States and Canada. So I went really deep down this hole. When I say I researched this, I went really deep, and it was interesting to find out about a lot of them, they have the totem poles, and nobody questioned what those faces were and why they were giants, and nobody. And again, I don't know how the natives looked at it. I'm a Caucasian man that did the research, or a Gentile, sorry, is a better term, that arrived at their belief systems were set up not by God, but by these Nephilim oppressive beings going way back. So what do I mean by that, you're wondering? Well, some of them are from the turtle clan, some of them are from the bear clan, some of them are from, the eagle clan. And when I looked into this, and I've asked, one of the things that I did in my younger life when I was a pro wrestler is I went to so many indigenous communities across Canada. It was crazy. In my province where I live, I probably went to 60-70% of them. And then when I went across Canada, I probably saw 30% of them. And when you see the personality of an indigenous person, it ain't all that different from other parts of the world. Like the way people are in their traditions, and sorry, I said that wrong. Not traditions, their mannerisms is probably the better word. So I took this to prayer. This was on the 20th of July. So we're the 22nd. So 2 days ago. So this was on the 19th, I went to bed in prayer saying, God, you showed me this way back in the day. Like, what do you want me to do with this? And this is the dream he gave him. I saw a native man, and he was sitting on bleachers beside a white man. Then I saw someone digging holes one after another. And it was weird, like it was being shown by the hand. I'd see a person dig a hole in the sand, reach a depth, dig a second one, and then he would fill the first one. And this was a repetitive thing. Each one he dug up was refilled after he dug a new one. And I wondered, I don't know if my brain was thinking like today, but I had the thought of, I wonder if he's building an outhouse, which that thought doesn't line up with anything else in the dream, but it's what I wrote and it's what I thought at the time in the dream. Then I realized the white man turned to the native man and he asked him, why are you here? The native man stayed quiet, and then the scene shifted, and then I saw a house out in the countryside. And it was a very simple but cozy house with no furniture in it. And this part again, this was all witnessed. I didn't see myself in a dream, but it went from an outside view of the house, and then all of a sudden I was inside. And I saw the floor of this house was made of dirt, and something caught my attention. So I looked up from the dirt, looking up, and I saw the morning sun of the east shining inside its windows and the front door. And then all of a sudden the scene shifted again, and then I saw a man walk into a restaurant, and there was no cook working. A man in a white shirt, walked inside and offered his services as a cook, and they received them. So I woke up after this dream, wrote it down, and I pondered on it, because this is one of those dreams where my brain cannot grasp what God's trying to tell me. So I haven't done this in a while. I dissected the whole dream and I looked for each scripture that went with it. So this is interesting. You're going to like this. So a native man, the word was Aninism. The love of the plants and the love of nature represents a native man. Number 2, the word bleachers. When I looked up, I don't know, every time I make a video, my dog just goes nuts around me. So the bleachers is a cloud or a group of witnesses to an event. So 3 was holes, and I found open pit, prostitute, and it was attached to Proverbs 23:20. Be not among the wine bibbers, among the riotous eaters of the flesh. Number 4 was house, and I found a house built on sand equals disaster, and it was attached to Matthew 7:26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I gotta be right back. Sorry about that. Let me continue. That was a Matthew 7:26. I'll repeat it. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened on as a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. I meant he doesn't have a solid foundation. The morning sun, this was interesting. The sun represents Father or God, and it was attached to a Psalms 89:36. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. And the last word was cook. Cook, I found chef. And chef said masters of serving others. And that's interesting, because when you think of Jesus' early on ministry, he was always portraying himself as a servant to the apostles as he was teaching them. Anyway, I'll leave it there. There's a lot to digest there. I'll put up the scriptures. Love you guys. Talk to you later.